What's up, guys? Here we are. I'm just trying to get things. I had to restart my computer. I don't know what it was doing, and then I accidentally made it where my mouse wouldn't work. Accidentally. So, how are we? How are we? It's been a weird day. It's been a weird day. So what's funny is I found out today that apparently the town I live in Sapulpa here, they're not doing fireworks on the 4th of July. They did them yesterday on Monday night. I'm in the does not compute mess right now because why on a Monday? Like, why on a Monday? I don't understand. And if you were trying to not compete with like Tulsa or another big city, then why not do it like this weekend? Do you know what I'm saying? But that's fine. That's fine. We're just gonna have normal Reiki night. I haven't done mediumship reads in a while. I'm gonna be doing them tonight. Why is this doing what it's doing? Me and this computer are about to probably fight right in its face, and I don't understand why it's being the way it's being. I haven't done them in a while, and what's funny is this weekend when I was up at Hell House doing some filming, I had the idea to do some automatic writing up there. And to be honest, it turned into kind of a mediumship read. And so I realized how much I like doing them, and then I need to get back to doing them. Yeah. Thank you for that. So I actually asked the lady who's organizing the event up at Lake Shawnee in West Virginia here in 3 weeks. She asked about me doing, thank you. She asked about me doing a gallery read. So I've always heard them called group mediumship events or group mediumship reads or whatever. But apparently it's called a gallery read. So I learned some new shit today. Thank you, Miss Kathy. So when I come to West Virginia, you guys can get tickets for just a gallery read. Like, you can come get a gallery read. Yes. If you guys are in West Virginia, this is at Lake Shawnee, the haunted amusement park there. I will be doing an event. I'll be doing a gallery read. Plus, if you want to come ghost hunting with me, come on, let's go ghost hunting. There are only 13 tickets available for the ghost hunting, like with me personally. You'll get a t-shirt, you'll get like a VIP bag, like, just saying. So you get like a little thing, just a little thing. All right. So for some reason, this is not letting me do this, but it's okay. This is being a pissant. It's being a pissant. It is what it is. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start this evening. If you guys have never watched me do mediumship reads, and for those of you guys that are newer to watching me, you may not have, because I haven't done them in a while. I still have my Farrah Fawcett 70s wings going today with the bangs. Like, they're booftastic, and it just is what it is. But I use my cards as just something to occupy my hands. For those of you guys that are trying to develop your own gifts, skills, abilities, etc., a lot of times, especially if you are neurodivergent, you need something to occupy your hands. You occupy yourself physically, and it allows your brain to kind of do the drifting off thingy, okay? So that's why I have cards out. Miss Zoe is first. So medium is much different than a channeled message, yes. Mediumship message is connecting to someone that is gone, that's no longer here. A channeled message is very similar to what people do with cards, with divination, tools, scrying, etc. So yeah. Thank you, Christine. Miss Zoe. So, Zoe, I hope that you're here. For those of you guys that have mediumship reads, there's the Zoe poo. For those of you guys that have mediumship reads, I will be doing yours this first five. First five reads are mediumship. I do need you to be here. It's much easier if you were here. And mods, if you could, whenever I ask a question, if someone could like pinpoint or pin the answer or whatever. So say Miss Zoe gives an answer, if you could pin her answer, I would appreciate it. Zoe, you have a very big fella around you right now. He's really funny, and he keeps wanting to show me he's a trickster kind of, but in a good way, like the way that your grandpa or your dad kind of ribs you a little bit, you know. So here's what he showed me first. I'm just gonna say all the things he showed me because it's kind of comical. So he's a big guy, as in kind of bigger shoulders, heavier set, bigger belly. I have a feeling that when he was younger, he had kind of, I'm not going to say like the orange red hair, but he had kind of a red sheen to his hair. But it's so funny, when he showed me the red sheen, he then turned around and it's almost like he made himself into a cartoon character. And when they do that, I've learned that is because they have like a really interesting sense of humor. But then he wants to show me like white shirt and red suspenders. I don't know what it is, but like he's really, really a funny guy. It's like he's funny up front. So he used his humor as a way to diffuse situations. Okay, so you know who it is. He used his humor as a way to diffuse. I have a feeling he was very imposing, right? Because I get the feeling that he was like purposefully gentle. Like he made himself be overly gentle because of his size and because of, were people kind of afraid of him? Like size-wise, you know how sometimes you get around somebody that's really, really huge? Career military man. So were people afraid of him? Because I feel like he's giving me the feeling that it's like the outward shell is very goofy and happy and teasing and stuff like that. But inside it's because he was very scary. I mean, for lack of better terms, he was a scary guy. I don't know what this means, and I hope you will, but this is what he showed me, and it's nothing bad, okay? He showed me his face, but his eyes are not there, like just black. Like, what's up with the eyes? I don't know if this is your eyes. Something's going on with your eyes. It's like he's showing them to me like they're not working, okay? So that's why I was like, it's not bad. It's not a bad thing. He's just showing it to me like they're not working. They're not working correctly. So the other thing I'm going to ask too is, because I don't think this is him. He couldn't see anything before he passed. Okay, so you understand what that symbolism is. What is this? Because this is what he just showed me. Well, not showed me. That's not the right word. Made me feel. So it's almost like a line up the middle of my head, and it stops right here. Like it hurts, but it's like a electric bolt, like right up the middle of my head, and it stops right here. So I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Hello there in Stillwater. It's so funny. Like, I'm trying to kind of poke and see, like, do you have a message? Is there something I need to tell Zoe? Like, why particularly did he come through? And he shows me a fence. So, like a circular fence. It's just a little fence, but it's a fence. As in, like a playpen, like protection. So what this tells me is that there have been so many walls going up around you, and you don't understand where the fuck the walls are coming from. It's him putting these walls up to protect you from one guy in particular. There's some guy that's in your life. And for some reason, I'm not sure that I don't think this is a love interest, but it's somebody that you know personally, but he's tall, slim, with dark hair. Your grandpa does not like this person. Because he's showing him to me like a cartoon figure, like he's making him very thin, like a beanpole, like he is kind of showing me his face a little bit, like he has kind of a more pointed nose. I don't know who this is, but he does not like him at all. He's been throwing up some walls around you, and he's been putting things in place to keep this person away from you. He's not a good guy. Like the tall, thin guy. Okay, has he been coming back around? Is that what it is? Because this is like, he's showing me like, okay, he's showing me that you are in this protective little fence, this bubble, right? This protective fence. And he's showing me this guy like a shark fucking circling around the fence. Does that make sense? He's literally just a shark, just going around the fence. He told me to ask about the car accident. What's up with the car accident? Maybe it wasn't asking, maybe it was acknowledging, but he told me to ask about the car accident. He got super serious all of a sudden. So he told me to ask about the car accident, and then he showed me like a little round red car, almost like, a toy car. And then he showed me a huge broadsword. I don't understand what these things are, so I'm just spinning them out. He then showed me a huge broadsword. Okay, I don't understand. You've been getting his mail recently. Okay. I don't understand this part. He showed me blue military pants. So like very, very crisp. So I don't know. He literally feels like he's in battle mode. I would be very careful, because if you're getting his mail, something is going on, and I would be very careful. He's making me get protective. You know what I mean? Like he's making me get protective over you. So okay. So you understand the blue pants. Okay. Okay. He shows me him circling like a shark again. So here's what I'm going to say, Zoe. Please, A, be careful. And B, your grandpa is putting up the walls on purpose. He's putting up this fence on purpose. And he's keeping things from coming together. Like he's keeping the two of you from crossing paths. And I think that's a great idea. He does not care for this gentleman at all in any way, shape, or form. So, I would probably reach out to your grandpa, to be honest. I would reach out and just say, hey, I appreciate, you putting up the protections. I appreciate the message. I appreciate all of that. Like, what can I do to make sure that I don't cross paths? Like, what signs do I need to be looking for? Because I don't think he's been sending you a lot of signs, because he's not showing them to me. You know what I mean? He's not showing them to me. So he hasn't been sending signs. He's just been doing the things. You were hoping he would be the one to come through. Like, he's super, super strong around you. Were you the favorite? Were you his favorite? I kind of feel like you were the favorite, because he's not showing me, like right now, he is super focused on just you. Like, he's super focused there. He's not drifting off anywhere. He's not visiting other people right now. So I would ask him for signs. He showed me the sword again. He showed me the sword again. So I would not be surprised if that isn't the sign. You seeing interesting like swords, because he's showing me with the hilt up and the sword down. I would not be surprised if he is sending you swords in some way or another. It's really funny. Don't co-read, guys. That's really, really rude. And my mods will mute you for that. So I love that, Zoe. I love that. I love that. He's like always there. Okay, so you understand the sword then. Okay, I was like, he keeps showing me the sword. He had a tattoo of a sword. Okay. That makes sense. So you knew exactly what I was talking about. Gotcha. I would not be surprised if that's what he sends as far as signs that, hey, this is me, you're on the right path, and so on. So what I just saw was, and it's just a gold picture frame, but like an 8x10 picture frame, and it's on, I don't know if it's a library table or a shelf or whatever, but it's like this, and it's facing the room I'm in, and the hallway right here. The hallway is dark, like there's just no lights, and the bedroom's on. But there's a picture, a gold picture frame, and it sits facing out into, like, I guess the living room or dining room or whatever. But he wants me to acknowledge the picture. He's not showing me what's in it. He just shows me that it's in a gold picture frame. It's an 8x10. Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't think it's him. It's something important, though. Or maybe it is him. I don't know. But he's not wanting to show me the picture. Excuse me. Not wanting to show me the picture. But he wants me to acknowledge the gold picture frame. I have a feeling either it's new or you just moved it. You just put it somewhere where you could see it. It's almost like it's facing the front door and watching the door. Does that make sense? Okay, is it in the gold frame? Like, it's almost like this is my spy portal. Like, it's important. Okay. It's in your living room. Whoa, hang on. It's in your living room facing the front door in the gold frame. Okay, he just wanted me to acknowledge it. He wanted me to acknowledge it. That's like that. So keep it by the front door. Or keep it facing the front door. Like the way he showed me, I'm looking at the picture that way. But yeah. He wanted me to acknowledge it. That's his little chosen ancestor altar there. So I'm just saying. So yeah, that's his chosen spot there. So I don't know if that's the message you were hoping to hear, but He's a really good guy, Zoe. He's a really good guy, and I'm sorry that you lost him. I'm so happy that I got to meet him. I get nervous when they show me stuff, and I'm like, why do you keep showing me a sword? Like, why are you showing me a sword? Until, you know, people are like, oh, well, he had a sword tattoo. That's why. So, yeah, I always get a little nervous sometimes. You are so welcome, Miss Zoe. You are so super welcome. So super welcome. So I used to be able to do like tons of these a night, but I'm still kind of recovering from jet lag from this weekend. I'll tell you what I'll do. I just added readings for tomorrow, and because it was a last minute thing. So we're going to do this. I'm going to fix the tickets on that a little bit because I really do love these. All right. So if you guys would like to grab a mediumship read, I know I'm sold out for this evening. I added 5 for tomorrow. All right, let me get back down here to my list. One of the things that I do love about mediumship reads is getting to meet y'all's people. Getting to meet y'all's people. So, yeah. Well, most of them. Let me say it that way. Most of them. Sometimes, not so much. Sometimes, not so much. All right. So, let me do this way. There we go. Ooh, had a weird thing going on right there. That was fun. All right, Ken, you ready? Oh, this is like a little... So either this lady is really shy, or you just lost her not that long ago and she wasn't sure how to communicate, because it's really funny. One of my spirit guides just kind of pulled her through. It was just weird. It's almost like he pulled her through these big black curtains over to this side so she could talk. So I think she either was very hesitant or she hasn't been communicating a lot because she doesn't know how. I also don't feel like she was super old when she passed, because let me start here. She's short. She's short. She's a shorty. I would say probably 5 foot, maybe. If she's stretching on her tiptoes, she's a short lady. She does have very short hair. She always made jokes about being old. But the thing is, like, I don't think she was super old when she passed away. I'm going to say like 60s. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's not super old. Might be super old to you when you're in your 30s, but it's really not that old. She has no idea how to communicate, because she's just kind of standing there. She's got on blue jeans and a white shirt, and I think blue, like, slip-on shoes. Nice shoes. She wanted me to make sure to tell you, nice shoes. So she keeps showing me red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. And not like the flag, but like the colors. It's really interesting. Okay, there we go. Thank you. It took her a minute. She then showed me yellow roses. She showed me, I have a feeling that it's like it's more like costume jewelry, but she showed me these red beads. And they're pretty good size, like they're this big, but it's just a necklace. I have a feeling they're small and they get bigger here in the front. She's very meticulous in how she puts her outfits together. She keeps showing me this same outfit. So let me describe it to you in detail, okay? And she wants me to reiterate that these are expensive clothes. I don't know why she wants me to reiterate this, okay? But she has on really nice blue jeans, and she has on these really dark blue, almost navy blue slip-on shoes. She has on a white shirt and these red beads. And her outfit is like super, super planned, super organized. Very, very like proper with how she carried herself. I have a feeling very OCD and possibly a little bit of a control issue thing going on there. Definitely someone that you wouldn't want to get into a sparring match with, because I have a feeling that she would 100% run it. Little tiny lady, huge personality. So I'm trying to see her face. It's so funny. She keeps wanting me to focus on her clothes. I think she actually has been gone a little bit and that she just doesn't know how to communicate. I think that this probably is kind of a rollover from when she was here as well, that she was not a very good communicator when she was here. In other words, she didn't like talk on the phone. She didn't really want to have long conversations. She just wanted to get shit done. I have a feeling that she was a big doer, and she's not going to sit there and just listen to people with small talk. I don't understand why she keeps showing me this one particular outfit, unless it is the outfit that she was wearing when she passed away. I don't understand. She keeps showing me the beads, the red beads. I have a feeling that they're like coral or something like that. I don't think they're plastic beads. Okay, she just did this. She just did this and pointed to her head. Almost like, duh, like this. I don't understand. Maybe you do. It's not for me to understand. But even though she was joking about full-time nurse, full-time caregiver for my grandma who had 5 strokes and raised me, she went to Hawaii. So do you know who this is? Is that what that meant? Did the strokes affect your grandma's right side of her face? Or her right side? Well, I guess it'd be the right side of her brain, left side of her body. Your Aunt Ro, probably. Okay. She showed me a big pink flower, but it's not a lily. It's humongous. It's like this big. And it has big, long petals. But I don't know what flower it is. She lost the ability to speak English and can only speak German. Okay. So did she like do sign a lot? Not sign, but use her hands a lot to talk then, to try to get her point across? Because that's what she's doing. Which, oh yeah, okay. So, I let my third eye's itchy. So that would make sense of why she's not talking to me then, because I don't speak a lot of German. Teeny tiny. I know how to ask if you need help and call you a dirty name. Like that's the only thing I know how to say, and I'm not saying that to her because I have a feeling that she would spiritually kick me in the leg. So I'm not going to do that. Okay. So You can communicate with me that way if you want to, if it's easier. She bent down. You know how when you're singing that song, like head, shoulders, knees, and toes, you know what I'm talking about? So she bent down and she just squatted straight down and she touched her toes and then brought her hands up to her knees. Something up with her lower legs. Something's up with her lower legs. Or maybe it's your lower legs. I don't know, but she's pointing to that. Movement. Oh, okay. This is you. What's up with your movement? You're not. What she showed me, and then I got the word movement. She's showing me this thing with the bottom of the legs, and it's like they're stuck. Does that make sense? Like they're not moving how they used to move. Like they're stuck in like slow motion while the rest of the body is not. I don't know what that means or what that means to you, but it's something with the lower legs, and she's kind of worried about it. So, like she keeps kind of pointing to that area of the body. You have arthritis, osteoarthritis in your ankles. Has it been bothering you a lot lately? Is that what she's talking about? Because she's making me feel like from the waist up, it's like you want to move really fast, but from below, it's like it's in quicksand. Like you can't move really fast. You went back to working in a high medical need group home. Okay. She showed me something and I don't understand what it is. So I'm going to try to describe it and see. What I would liken it to would be like an old, you know, the hats that the nurses used to wear like back in the 40s and 50s. They were the little white caps. They just basically went on the top up there. She showed me that, but it has something red on it. An emblem or a cross or something like that. I don't know what it is, but she showed it to me twice. I don't know what that is. Do you know what it is? You still have your mom and aunt's hats and graduation cloaks. Okay. So you understand what I'm talking about? So you have hers. They graduated from nursing school in the 50s. Okay. Do you understand? She's pointing to the red emblem on it. Do you understand what that is? I love that. So did they go to school together? Yep, she raised me, her oath to heal. Okay, so you understand. Okay. So I think that was her acknowledging that she knew sisters 2 years apart. Okay. 3 sisters 2 years apart. Holy shit. Okay. I think that was her way of acknowledging, yes, this is me, and letting you know that she knows you still have those things. She's pointing to your legs again. So here's what I'm going to say. She's worried about you. And there's something that I personally would just say, don't just sit on that. Like go get checked out. Something's up, because like she's very adamant and doing this at your legs again, or at her legs. She's doing this at her legs again. So, err on the side of caution. You know what I mean? Just err on the side of caution, because she's adamant. She's adamant. Yeah, she's adamant. I don't understand this, but this is what she just showed me. Okay. Good. She showed me like I'm sitting in the floor and I'm looking up at someone sitting in a big blue cloth recliner, like the thicker kind of material. The light is behind this person, and they have kind of, their hair's messy. I feel like it's a guy. I can't see his face because the light's behind him and I'm down here. But I don't understand. But he's looking down like this. He sees her. I don't know who this is, Ken. It's not you. Whoever this is that sits in the blue recliner, like all day, every day kind of thing, he sees her. He sees her. So I don't know if you have somebody around that knew her, that she's visiting. I don't understand, but whoever this is in the blue recliner sees her. Like I said, I don't believe it's you, because she would have showed me something to make sure you knew that it was you. But I am going to say this too. Dude, she's your Uncle Roland, her older brother. No, her whole generation has died, including my mom. Okay. Is he still here, or is he passed away? So, you definitely don't argue with this woman. Like, you definitely don't argue with this woman. I love it. I love it. She reminds me of my great Aunt Bertha. I love her. I just want to pick her up and squeeze her. Yeah, whoever this is, whoever this gentleman is, he sees her. I'm just going to leave it at that. He sees her. Nobody in the 10 kids and their 40 mess with either of them. Yeah. I wouldn't argue with this woman. Not at all. So I wish she would show me a little more about him, but all she shows me is, it's so funny, what she showed me is he's sitting in the recliner. It's probably evening, the light is back here, and it's a soft yellowy light, and he leans forward and he's like looking at her, almost like he sees her in front of him. He's looking at her. He has kind of a big fuzzy hairdo, like he just doesn't fix his hair really. I have a feeling he spends a lot of time in this chair. So I don't know if you know who this is or not, but yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that he sees her. He didn't care about appearances, but he would do anything for his family. Okay. So you understand. Is he still alive? Or is he gone? No. Okay. All right. Then I'm not sure why she's showing me that. Unless there's an anniversary coming up, or she just wanted to acknowledge him, period. So it could be how long. No, I'm not gonna ask that because I don't think it matters. Yeah. I don't know why she's showing me that. Maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe you have a picture of him in the chair like that. Maybe he's trying to visit and not completely there yet. I don't know. But he's definitely not a talker. He's definitely not a talker, and he's not ready to visit yet. So whoever it is that's worried about not hearing from him, he's not ready. He was a huge help and the only one who approved of you learning Spanish. Aww. Okay. I don't think he's ready to communicate yet. So whoever it is that's worried about him communicating, I don't think he's gonna communicate anytime soon. So I don't think that was the person that you thought you were gonna hear from, is it? Because I saw there at the beginning, you were kind of like, I don't know who this is. Am I right? Probably not. You're the only person that wouldn't freak out. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. It's really funny to me when people pass away, everybody misses them and everybody wants to hear from them and everybody wants to have a dream and so on. So I don't know. Hopefully your aunt was always huge, not physically, but every other way. Yeah. Woman's like 18 foot tall. So what I think is really interesting is that someone pulled her through. Like, someone pulled her through. She paid for your undergrad degree. Aw. I love that. So she was like second mom, huh? I'm so sorry, Miss Victoria, that you just lost your grandpa today. Well, Miss Traci F, you are next, love. I love that I got to meet her. It's really funny, too, that she came through because I was just talking about my great Aunt Bertha today, who was so much like her. So much like her. Little tiny woman. You didn't argue with her at all because she was going to do what she was going to do anyway. Like, she was just going to do the things. So, yeah. Well, go get your legs checked because she's worried about you. All right. Oh, good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, Ken, that I could help. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. All right, Miss Traci, are you ready? I'm glad I could help. There she is. Woo, okay. So the first thing I was told to ask is about your mom. I got this, like, talk about mom. Is your mom not here? What? So it's no one. Talk about your mom. Talk about your mom. Talk about your mom. Talk about your mom. Okay. All right. Okay. She showed me beef jerky. I mean, I like beef jerky. I'm not going to complain. She's been dealing with a lot of cancer issues, your mom, and you don't talk. Okay. She showed me beef jerky. I don't know who this lady is. She's cracking me up already. I don't think she's trying to be funny, so let me kind of take that back. I wasn't meaning to laugh, okay? She showed me beef jerky. I don't know why, but she showed me beef jerky. She showed me a fish, but literally like a wooden picture of a fish, like a trout, rainbow trout. So this is a lady, and this is someone that absolutely loved the outdoors. Like, loved to camp, loved to fish, loved to be outside, loved trees, loved mountains, loved it. Was always outside. I'm trying to kind of poke a little bit and ask and ask why she wanted me to talk about your mom. Especially if you guys don't speak, you know what I mean? Because I know that there's a reason you don't speak. All right, so she's showing me walking down some hiking trail. She has really long, like, salt and pepper silver hair. When I say really long, I mean, like, part of it, the longest part comes down to almost her waist. She passed away really suddenly too. Like there was no warning. So an accident, an aneurysm, something like that. She made me really dizzy, and then all of a sudden it was like done. So she doesn't want to show me her face, and that's okay. She's still making me really dizzy. Like, I feel like I want to do this, and I don't understand. I don't know if this is vertigo or if this is something up here, if this is like, but it's, I appreciate you letting me feel that. Thank you. Sometimes acknowledging it makes it go away, because that was getting a little bad. But I kept feeling like I needed to lean to the right. I don't know why. She became very dizzy and couldn't walk. So do you know who this is? Oh shit, hold on. About screwed myself up there. Do you know who this is? Or is this your mom we're talking about? Might be your grandma. Okay. Was she the lady that liked to be outdoors? Like, did she like to fish? Because, or I don't understand the wooden rainbow trout. Like, it's a pretty good size wooden rainbow trout that she showed me. She's not showing me what it's sitting on. She just showed me the rainbow trout. She's also showing me, like, picturesque places. Your grandpa and your dad did a lot. Okay. So do you understand? She's showing me a specific thing. Like, it's a wooden rainbow trout. She showed me the hiking trail again. Okay. So this hiking trail is almost like a dirt road, but not quite wide enough for a car. And it slopes up really steep on this side, and the trees are like humongous. Like they're straight up, and they're some kind of like pine, cedar, something up at the top. This is a place she went a lot, and this is a place that she was really comfortable. Like, she liked to go walking by herself. One of the last things they did was fish before your grandpa passed. Okay. Do you recognize the spot I'm talking about, or does it ring a bell? Because she keeps showing it to me. Like, this is a happy place for her. Like, this trail, this road, whatever this is a happy place for her. I'm just glad that we acknowledged the dizziness and she took that away, because like that was bad. That was really bad. Like, I felt like I was going to start just leaning over and fall out of the chair. She told me to ask about your mom again. The only place it might be is her hometown in the Ozarks. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. There's a lot of trees like that there. She told me to ask about your mom again, but not in a tell me about your mom kind of way, just in a, hey, mention this again. So I don't know how long it's been since the two of you have talked, or why you stopped talking, but just know that she's nudging. She's nudging. Is this her mom? Is this your mom's mom? Or is this your dad's mom? Because you said your grandpa and your dad went fishing. That they used to fish a lot. Your dad's mom. Okay. All right. So she keeps showing me the trail with the trees, and I don't know why, because we already kind of talked about it and I described everything. I'm having hair issues this evening. It's just everywhere. I don't know why she keeps showing me that. It's just one spot. Just one spot. Like she's stopped looking at this one spot. The last place that they went fishing, was it by a river? Like, did they fly fish? Because it's almost like she's looking down, watching them fish. Does that make sense? Like on this path, this trail? I don't know. She keeps making me feel like is it fly fishing? Because that's what I keep feeling like. I don't understand why this is important, but it's taking me a minute to understand. So we'll get there. We'll get there as to why it's important. They didn't fly fish that you know of? Okay. I don't understand this. Like she's making me feel like literally casting the line. Okay. So I don't understand that. Did he hook her once? Like when he was casting, did he hook her? Like it was a joke? It was like a joke? Not a joke that he did it, but a joke afterwards? Like why she wouldn't fish with him? Because there's something important with the casting. And she's wanting me to talk about a bright green lure. So I don't know if your dad still has this, if you have this. I don't know what it is, but it's like neon green. It's super bright yellow green. Okay. Do you know what lure I'm talking about? Or is I don't understand why she's showing me these things in particular. And I don't know if it's something you can ask your dad about. But yeah, she's showing me this really bright green lure. So one thing I've noticed is that while I'm picking up the information for her, they definitely had lures that color. While I'm picking up information from her, she keeps making me take deep breaths and I'm suddenly exhausted. But this is not her feeling this way. So I have a feeling that this is you. And I don't know what it is with the deep breaths and being exhausted. Do you have sleep apnea? Or have you been tested for it? Because this is just the way that I feel. It's like waking up when you're not breathing very well. And like gulping in the air for a minute. You've been told you should get tested for it. Maybe it's time to get tested for it. Just saying what I'm saying. Okay. She showed me the path again. And I don't understand. Do you talk to anybody and check up on your mom in that way? Does that make sense? Thank you for that, 13 butterflies. Do you kind of check in roundabout, find out what's going on? If not, maybe you should. Your younger sister? Okay. I would be curious if your grandma has been coming up in conversation lately. I'm willing to bet part of my booty that she has been. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So I would probably check in tomorrow and see if she's been coming up in conversation. Maybe your sister knows this place she keeps showing me, the path in the woods. So, especially if your mom and dad were married for a long time. Does that make sense? Because, I mean, I don't think it was a very specific message except for, you know, maybe check in on your mom. But it's so funny. I said I don't think there was a specific message. And then when I said except check in on your mom, I heard, but I'm doing fine. I don't know, but I'm doing fine. That's exactly how she said it. So I don't know if you've been worried about her or wondering, you know, where she went, what's happened or whatever, but she's fine. She's got a great little voice. Like, just, it's kind of got a little bit of a southern twang to it, but not a lot. I'm doing fine. I love it. She's like adorable. Love it. Well, you always think about her? Okay. Okay. Yeah, she's like a sweet lady. She's a sweet lady. That was the cutest fucking thing. Like, that was the cutest fucking thing. That was super cute. I'm doing fine. I'm probably going to hear that in my head the rest of the night. I love it. That was awesome. Alexis M, you're next, love. She was sweet but very sassy, Traci says. I can see that. I can see that 100%. 100%. You are so welcome, Traci, honey. You are so welcome. All right, Ginger Poo. Oh, you have like big, strong dude energy come like rushing in. Okay. Sir, you can't be up here. Get down. It's funny, I heard this noise and then I look over and I see a little cat face peek around the computer. He knows he's not supposed to be up here. So the guy that you had just, I mean, he just whoosh, rushed right in really quickly. He masks a lot. Like, he has big, kind of bushy, dark eyebrows, and they're almost always like this. Like, they're almost always, like, in a frown. Like, always in a frown. And I think, to be honest, that the eyebrows made him look more frowny than he really was. Sir, I'm going to need you to get off of there. You're pissing me off. So, he keeps showing me just like little tiny snippets. And I'm trying to get it. He's showing it to me really fast. He does not communicate very well. Okay. there's something up with his brain chemistry. So he's either on the spectrum, he has ADHD, like there's so much going on up here. He has a hard time sorting everything out. So he doesn't talk a lot. He's super, super quiet. Like, he's really quiet. And he's very intense. And the way he looks at people all the time. And I think people would judge him for that. So he showed me this, and I don't understand this. Come here, Vlad. Come here. You're pissing me off. Come on. Come on, come here. You got to get down off the fucking table, man. Come on. Come here, Bigfoot. Come on, homie. Come make your appearance. Come on, camera hog. Come on. Come here. He's killing me. He's killing me. I have a camera out and he's on it. He's a camera hog. You're a fucking camera hog. It's okay. I just need something to occupy my hands. So guess what? You get the fucking attention. So I don't think he's a tall guy. He just has a very large energy. Because when he came in, it was like, woo, all of a sudden. Intensity. There we go. I couldn't think of the right word for a minute. He's a really, really intense guy. And I have a feeling that the way he looked at people, the intensity he looked at people, freaked people out. Because the way he's looking at me, like, I don't want to look at it. I don't want to focus. Like, he's just staring like this. But those eyebrows, Jesus Christ. He could probably make somebody cry with just the way he's looking at them. So the thing about this guy, I don't get the feeling that he had a family. I would really be surprised if he was married. I don't think he had a family. Because he's not showing me being attached to you like grandpa. You know what I mean? He's not showing me a direct descendant line like that. He showed me massive fucking work boots. Your great Uncle Joe never married? Okay. He's showing me big, massive work boots. I mean, this is something like very, very physical labor, like lumberjack labor, like that kind of labor. Super intense physical labor. Dude, he is a hard guy to crack. He is a hard guy to crack. So sometimes I don't understand. I'm like, if you don't really want to communicate, then why were you the one that stepped forward? He showed me a heart, like a little fake heart, like a little squishy heart, but he's pointing like this. He's showing me a heart. So what's up with your heart? Did you just get your heart broke? Because I don't feel like the way he showed it to me and the fact that he showed me not an anatomically correct heart tells me that this is more emotional and not physical. And the other thing I'm going to ask too, because he showed me the boots again and then he stomped the boots at me. Have you been hearing footsteps, like big heavy footsteps in your house? You had a family member pass last week. Okay, so you understand the heart aspect then. Yes, you've been hearing footsteps in the house. Okay. That's him. That's him. Were you the kid that was not afraid of him? Because he shows me the imposing face and the imposing aspect again. And I have a feeling that most of the kids and everybody were afraid of him, but there's something about you that's different. Like he liked you. Does that make sense? Like he liked you. So I don't know if you were just the one that wasn't afraid of him or whatever. So here's the thing. Because he wants me to talk about the footsteps in the house again. It's more of a, you always said hello to him. Okay. It's more of a, don't be worried. Don't be scared. Like, he's not trying to scare you. It's just, I don't think he realizes how heavy he stomps. I have a feeling he's one of those guys that would slap his feet down. I don't think he realizes how heavy he's stomping. I think that he's literally there just to kind of, I don't know. I don't know. Like, he doesn't give me the feeling that he's trying to protect you from yourself or from anybody else. He doesn't give me the feeling that anything's wrong. The last time you heard the footsteps, he was still alive, though, so it may be him. Okay. Or so it may not be him. I don't know. This is recent. Like, this is like the last few days. Kind of recent. I know you heard that. I know. The footsteps here are crazy. So you see Vlad just jerk his head around. These are recent. Like, these are within the last week or so. So yeah, this is within the last week or so. Your Uncle Barney worked in a steel mill, and it's his wife that died last week. Let me scoot this way. You're gonna fall. Is he still here? Because whoever this is, like, they're gone. They're not here. Yeah, he's getting big, isn't he? My little panther face dude. Yeah. No, he passed a while ago. Okay. Did he have the eyebrows like that? Because the eyebrows are a thing. Big, bushy, dark eyebrows. Big, bushy, dark eyebrows. Okay. So whoever this guy is, like, he wasn't a super, you were just at his grave last Sunday. Okay. He wasn't a super, like, lovey-dovey, let me hug you kind of guy. Like, this was a pat on the shoulder when you did something great, you know, like, you didn't get a hug from him. Does that make sense? Yeah, if you guys have a fake account, okay, that makes sense. Okay. If you guys have an account that says that they're me, that's trying to reach out to you for a reading, please know that is not me. Please block that account. Block them, pretty please. That would kind of explain then the heart. That would explain why this particular person passing was so important to him then. I will say this, like, I don't feel like, I still don't feel like there's any big message or need or anything like that. It's just kind of like just checking up, you know, just checking in, just checking up, making sure you're all right. Like, that kind of thing. I would bet that this was the guy that checked on everybody in the house repeatedly throughout the night. He may not have been like the most super lovey-dovey guy, but he was the one that checked on everybody. Like, he made sure everybody was okay. Am I right? Like, if somebody needed something, he was going to get it, or he was going to figure out how they got it. So I wouldn't be surprised if there are footsteps this week. This fucker, he just literally wanted to come up here and go. He was the oldest or next to older sibling to my mom. Okay, got you. So he was kind of in charge of watching over everybody else. So like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if you hear footsteps this week. And the steel mill makes sense. Did he wear big tan boots? Like big tan colored work boots? Not the bright tan, but the lighter tan. You keep your ears open. Because he showed me those again. like big old massive toes. You'll have to look at photos. I would recommend, I mean, he just showed me big tan work boots, like the big, huge, almost clown-like toes. You know what I'm talking about? The big bubble toes at the end. So, yeah. He was a hard one. Holy shit. I always love it when it's like they make me really work for it. They make me work for it. Well, I'm glad I got to meet him. He wasn't who you were expecting. Well, I have a feeling that just because his wife passed away this last week, that's who you lost in your family. I wouldn't be surprised if he's right there making sure everybody's okay, you know, waiting for her, things like that. So, yeah. All right, Miss Katherine S, you are next. You don't get Dr. Pepper, sir. But you are 100% going to take the place of my cards, since I need something to do with my hands. There's Kathy. Well, you want to help me with your weird hands? I love you. Shouldn't call your hands weird, huh? But they're hands. Definitely hands. Ooh, you have a lot of people want to talk, Kathy. Okay. So my first question is going to be this, because there's a lot of people like waiting right here to talk. I feel like I need to ask you about either being on a medication or being on something that kind of dulled you being able to get messages, being able to get dreams. Does that make sense? I don't know what it was that was just going on with you, but I feel like you've been kind of blocked off for the last 8 months, 6 to 8 months. I'm being told to ask about something from 3 years ago that okay, so it's almost like 3 years ago you were put on a medication or something happened. Holy shit, yes, okay. You were put on something, and really within the last 8 months, like, I don't know if they upped the dose or whatever and then pulled you off it. Motherfucker. Don't bite mommy. Don't bite mommy. So, now, sir, because we're going to play the bitey game, and I don't want to be bited because it's not fun. I don't want to be bited. You get to go on the floor. He didn't bite me hard, but I'm nixing that behavior in the ass. And then Leanne comes to my house and lets him bite all over her. We don't bite mommy. We don't bite mommy. Mommy doesn't like to be bited. Okay, so I was told they basically tripled the dose. Okay. Did they just recently take you off of it? You aren't sorry. You shush, Leanne. Did they just take you off of it? Or put you on something different? Because you went off of it on your own. Okay. Please don't take this as medical advice, okay? But I think that was a good idea. Whatever it was literally blocking all of this. So I wouldn't be surprised if you felt like a fucking zombie on that medication. You literally have people that are waiting, like they've been waiting in line. Okay, so before they put you on this medicine, you had like really intense dreams, like you dreamed of people. You would get all of the messages. You didn't like how you felt. Okay, you had really intense dreams before. So here's what I'm gonna say all the time. Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. I have a feeling that those things are going to start to come back with a vengeance and be overwhelming. So get ready for it, because you have a lot of people just like literally standing in line like they're waiting to get a movie ticket. Like they're waiting to get a movie ticket. It's so funny. It's like none of them want to step up to be first because they're all trying to be really respectful of each other. The very first one that tried to step up was a lady, and then like an older lady, and then there was a younger man, probably about 5 foot, probably 5'7", 5'8". But he's younger. Like, I would say mid to late 40s. The lady that wanted to come forward, like they're standing there together. The lady that they're standing there together and holding hands. So I have a feeling they're related, whether this is like mother and son or something like that. With her, she's keeping herself in the dark, and I don't understand this, so I'm going to explain to you what I'm kind of seeing. It's almost like I see this line of people that I see their shadows, but I see the kind of light in between their feet or whatever, so I know that they're individual people. They're like in a line. But her and this young man are standing right here in the front. She is completely in shadow. She's not showing me anything about herself, and it's really hard to pick stuff up about him as well. Except that he's younger, mid to late 40s. And it's like they walk together. I would not be surprised if he hasn't been gone very long. And I also would not be surprised if this was something really quick. Like a fast diagnosis of cancer, or a fast something terminal that was like that, like really quickly. Does that make sense? With her, she wants him to talk. She wants him to be out front. So when I say he hasn't been gone very long, I don't think it's been more than like 7 or 8 years. I don't think it's been more than 7 or 8 years. And I think that he had to kind of come to terms with what happened because it was so quick. I think he's been kind of in shock. Does that make sense? Okay. He's either got, yes, it makes sense. Okay. He's either got really light brown hair or sandy blonde hair. And now Vlad's going to go over there and knock shit off the thing because he's a dick. He's showing me his hair is kind of swooped over to this side. You know how my bangs are kind of swooped like that? He's also now showing me himself when he was 14. Specifically 14. I don't know why. Oh, so, okay. He was kind of the popular kid. Okay. I don't understand. Did you meet him when you were 14? When he was 14? So, he keeps saying the nut. Yes, okay. So you met him when he was 14. So you know who this is. Close to that. Okay. So you know who this is. All my hair on my arm just like stood up. Okay. All right. So this was something he passed really quickly. Why do I want to cry all of a sudden? You haven't heard from him yet, have you? Like this is the first time you're hearing from him. Am I right? He did. He passed very quickly. Okay. No, you haven't heard from him. Okay. I don't know who the lady is, but she's like super proud right now. She's still holding his hand. I don't know if this is his mom, but it's like a mother figure, mom or grandma. He showed me a big Valentine's heart, like the big paper ones that have like the lace around the side. He showed me this big old Valentine's heart. And it has white lettering in the middle. Do you still have that? Is that why he's showing me? Or is this like what he first gave you? A mother figure to you, if it is who you think it is. Okay, okay. Well, she brought him forward. She doesn't, like, I can't see her at all, except that she is a little bit shorter than him. She's just guiding him. I would not be surprised if you hear from her next, now that things are open again. I don't understand if I'm seeing, like, he gave you a bear with that heart, with the heart on it. Okay. I don't understand this, but he showed me like white Converse and then red Converse shoes, but they look like, I can't tell if they're real shoes or if they're toy shoes. I don't understand. Do you understand that? It's so funny. You're laughing, so you understand that? Yes, you understand? Okay, good. Because I was like, I don't know why you're showing me this, but okay, I'm going to say it. Okay, so I'm glad you understand. I'm glad you understand. He has a hard time communicating still. He's still learning. You both love Chucks. Okay, good. So you understand that. Because I was like, I don't know why I'm seeing fucking Converse. Okay. He's still, let me say this. He's still learning how to communicate, and he's not really sure about it yet. So every time he shows me something, it's like he has to pull back a little bit. He shows me something, he has to pull back a little bit. So I would not be surprised if you start getting little signs all the time from him. Maybe not all the time, but you know what I'm saying. There's a private joke there between the two of you. And he showed me a picture of a bluebird, but it's a drawing, so it's just a bird, but it's blue. Okay. I don't understand the meaning of that. I hope you do. I didn't understand the meaning of the Converse either. So you know who this is. I would not be surprised at all if you start getting little messages from him, little hellos. He pointed to his nose like a smell. So I don't know if he had a specific cologne he wore or a smell that you associate with him. But he specifically did like this. You know what I mean? Specifically did like that. He's learning be patient is what the feeling I get. He's learning be patient. You're not sure about the bird, but you okay. I mean, I don't know. It was just like, you know how when you see a picture of a little fat-breasted bird, like a sparrow or something, but it was navy blue and on a white background. It may be important. You may see it on a door or something somewhere. It may be important. But yeah, he's still learning. He's still trying. He's still learning. But I am going to say this because I feel like he's one of those people that once he learns something, he picks it up very, very fast and then doesn't stop. So I would not be surprised if you get bombarded with signs and signals and dreams and hellos and things like that. I would not be surprised at all, just so you know. And I also wouldn't be surprised if you hear from her repeatedly and if you hear from the whole line of people standing afterwards. Welcome to the crazy train. Welcome to the crazy train. Yeah. Welcome to the crazy train. Thank you, Powder Puff, for subscribing. Well, good. I'm glad. So who is this that I just met? Especially from her. Good. That makes me happy. Steven. Okay. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Well, I'm glad I got to meet him, and yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you, Power Kingdom. I appreciate all of that. Well, let's get into the channeled reads. Yeah, Vlad is 100% having a party over there. He is absolutely the baby of the family. And when he's told no, or when somebody's doing something, he turns into a loud little shit. You too, thank you for that. The medicine thing blew you away. I mean, I was told to acknowledge it right off the bat. So I'm glad you understood, because I was like, wow, I sound legitimately crazy. Like, I sound legitimately crazy. So I'm glad you understood about that. Yeah, I'm glad you understood about that. He had you looking for the source. And yeah, he's definitely letting me know that he's unhappy that he can't sit on my lap. Thank you, Sue. I appreciate that compliment. It's been weighing on you so hard. Gotcha. To get off the medicine. All right. Shaun, you're first on my channeled reads list. So that's the thing. I'll just say this. Thank you, Miss Kathy, especially for the dancing kitty meows. For those of you guys that are honing in your mediumship skills, you are so welcome, Miss Kathy, that are honing in any kind of skills or whatever. Thank you for subscribing, love. I know a lot of mediums. I know some that are just starting. I know some that have been mediums, have had their gifts and abilities for a very long time. Everybody still kind of questions some things sometimes. Doesn't matter how confident you are in your skills. There's sometimes you see shit that's so weird and you're like, I don't even know how to fucking describe this, but it's blah, 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 blah. And I've just learned to just say it. And sometimes when it's coming out of my face, I'm like, I sound like a crazy motherfucker right now. But it is what it is. All right. Shaun, you're first. Aw, thank you, Abby. Some days are much better than others. And for those of you guys that didn't get on my list tonight for mediumship reads, I did have 5 for tomorrow. They do kind of take a little bit out of me, so that's why I knocked it down to 5 instead of trying to do. I used to be able to do 20 and knock them out, but I would also be on here for hours and hours. It's when I didn't have a shop to run. I feel like that people are going to think I'm out there. I mean, it is what it is. All right, here we go, Shaun. All right. The trees have the answers. I hope that means something to you. But the very first thing I saw when I took the deep breath and kind of tapped in a little bit is it's like I was standing there looking off a balcony or a bluff or something like that at some trees that were down below me. It's raining. It's a gorgeous, like, kind of wet, foggy, rainy day, but I see this huge tree and I suddenly like zoom in on the one leaf. It would be, what is that? An oak? No, the ochre round. What's the pointed ones? Maple. But it's like you zoom straight in and that leaf is humongous. Yeah, the maple. It's humongous in front of my face and like really, 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 really bright green. The trees have the answers. I don't remember what the spiritual meaning of the maple tree is, but I would highly advise to look it up. It has a special significance for you and for what's going on around you right now. Wherever this valley is gorgeous. I keep just seeing the big leaf right here in front of my face, just doing this. Maples are in the center of your place. Okay. So this one tree in particular it is massive. It's like one of the biggest trees. Whatever this is, I'm standing on looking out over. This is the biggest tree. So if I'm standing facing the very middle, it's right here to the left, like just barely to the left. And it has really, really dark bark. I don't understand, but it's this one particular tree. I would find that tree. I would find that tree because there is something specific with that one particular tree. I don't think you need anything off of it. I don't think that you need to take any of the bark. I don't think you need to take any of the leaves off of it. It's just something about that particular tree. There's something about it. Or under it. I don't know. I don't know what to say. And then there's a golden dragonfly and a glass lily, like a clear glass lily. I don't think you see the lily because I can see through it. The only reason I'm seeing it is because it's turning and it's barely glinting off of the light. So the golden dragonfly, it represents somebody that's in your life right now. I don't understand the glass lily. And even though I know that you're going to look that up and research it a little bit, I don't think you're going to quite understand it yet, because I don't think that you're meant to understand it just yet. But you can only see it when it turns a certain way. It's something hidden, but it's hidden because it's fantastical. Have you been working with the Fae? If so, just be careful. There's a lot of pink. So if you have been working with the Fae, then there's a lot of feminine Fae that are paying attention. So I'd be careful. Make sure you leave all kinds of offerings and pink things, apparently. And then I saw the golden dragonfly again. So the golden dragonfly is important. Okay. All right. I have a feeling when I said the golden dragonfly represents somebody that's around you right now, you knew exactly who I was talking about. Am I right? Oh, son of a bitch. That hurt. And I don't think so, Tim. No, sir. Obviously didn't move the box far enough away. He just launched himself up onto my leg. Was not great. I do not recommend. It's corn. Thank you, William. How are you? Did that kind of make sense, Doc? I know that was like, here's this, and then this over here, and then this up here, and then this over here. I would just say that leave something pink, bright baby pink. You know what I'm talking about? Not quite Pepto-Bismol pink, but bright pink. Okay. You're so welcome. You're so welcome, William. I actually would recommend leaving it under that particular tree. Yep, ribbons in the tree. I would recommend that particular tree. There's something special about that particular one. Like I said, the bark is much darker than the ones around it, like almost black. Like it's really, really dark. Yeah. Yeah. Aw, thank you, Raven. Raven said, I love listening to you. You're my new favorite. Thank you. All right. I hope that made sense, Doc. I don't know why I say I hope that makes sense, because it's not for me to be worried about if it makes sense or not. You know what I mean? It is what it is. What in the heck? Okay. Well, I love that doesn't do what it's supposed to do. All right. Miss Nancy S., you are next, sweetheart. I'm trying to make sure I do these in order, and it's just peeving me off. All right. There she is. So Miss Nancy, the very first thing that I see with you is like a crown, between a crown and a tiara. It's like silver, and it sits on this flowing red velvet material. The next thing that I see is the crescent moon, which we're in that phase right now. But I don't think that it's this week. I think it's next week. Whatever it is that you've been waiting for, whatever it is you've been manifesting, the big thing that you've been manifesting, like climbing the top of that hill, that's what this is. You have something really, really big coming next week in a really good way. And I would make sure that you are kind of prepared for it. I don't think it's going to get handed to you in the way that you expect it to. So when this happens, I think that you're going to be looking around like, what the fuck just happened? And thinking that something bad, that it's something bad, but it's not. It's just the thing you've been manifesting is not going to hit in the way that it's expected. So like say that you've been manifesting like $10,000 or whatever. You're not going to win the lottery and get $10,000, but you might get some inheritance from some weird uncle that you have never ever seen before. You see what I'm saying? Yes, I will absolutely be posting this to YouTube, Miss Dana. This is actually one that I will be posting live, so that way you guys can watch it. You don't have to have a special link for it. The other thing, Miss Nancy, is this. There's a purple, everything is velvet. I don't know the spiritual meaning of velvet, but I would highly look it up. I would absolutely look it up. The other thing is this. There's a purple velvet horse. It's just standing like it's prancing with one leg up. And then there's a bright yellow ball, like golden, almost like the sun. There's a lot of like royal empowering symbolatry here. And then there's a green butterfly. And a blue heart. So a lot of things. There's a lot of very important, very powerful symbols right there. So just so you guys know, if you've never watched me do channeled reads before, they're a lot like shamanic traveling, in that I see different things and it's almost like a logic puzzle. So a channeled read is not like me reading the cards and going, oh, it's wisdom and the wisdom means this and this and this. A channeled read is more like, okay, here are these things. It's not for me to specifically tell you out loud in front of everybody. So I will put this on YouTube so that way you guys can go back and listen to it. So you can kind of research, okay, what does velvet mean? What does the color red mean? What does a crown mean? Do you see what I'm saying? Shamanic channeling is a lot different than, yeah. I've been feeling the need to get back into doing a lot of traveling again. So just know that that's going to be stuff that's going to be coming up a lot more. I used to do it a ton, and I stopped because I let some little twit here on TikTok make me feel bad about my abilities, and that I wasn't really raised in the way that I was raised, and I was a fake and whatever. And I let that little shithead get to me for a little bit too long, and not anymore. Not anymore. Not anymore. So I hope that made sense, Nancy. I know you're probably like, I have no idea what any of that means. It is what it is, Phoenix. I shouldn't have let I shouldn't have let that get to me, but I did. And like I said, it was one little person, one little person that doesn't know their head from a fucking hole in the ground. You know what I mean? And I did let it get to me for the longest time. And here's what's even funnier. I was talking to somebody about it this weekend, because they were asking like about your brother's memorial is next week. Okay, so a lot of that is going to make a lot of sense then, Miss Nancy. A lot of that is going to make a lot of sense when you look some of that up. So I was talking to somebody about this weekend, and I feel like I need to tell you guys about it because obviously somebody here needs to hear it. Every single one of you is unique. Every single one of you is special. Every single one of you was raised in a fantastic way. Whether you think it's fantastic or not. You may have had the shittiest of shitty childhoods, but it made you exactly who you are. It was the childhood that you had to have to be who you are right now. The good parts, the bad parts, the fucking horrendous parts, okay? My childhood was spent climbing in the mountains, was spent learning herbs, was spent making fires without anything. My childhood was spent basically learning how to care for other people and how to travel and how to heal other people. And even though I am not Native American, I don't look Native American, I glow in the fucking dark. I am so Irish and Scandinavian, it's not even fucking funny. However, the person that raised me and his family are Cherokee and Potawatomi. That's what I grew up doing. And I realized as I got older, and I actually had to have a college student who was asking me some questions about what I do for a living, point it out to me because I didn't want to say the word because I was so afraid I was going to offend somebody because I am not Native American. Even though I know that the term shaman comes from Siberian tribes, and every single cultural tribe, for lack of a better term, has someone like this in it, whether they're called a shaman, whether they're called a medicine person, whether they all have one of these people like this. And they are trained to do this by their family as a kid. This is handed down to them, right? It's handed down to them. If you are one, it means that one of your parents was one, their parents were one, their parents were one. You see what I'm saying? It was handed down. That's exactly what it was handed down to me. Even though I am not blood related, it was handed down to me. Out of the blood related people, I am the one that's taken that up. Okay. And so when I first started on TikTok and I was doing a lot of shamanic traveling, I was doing a lot of petition work. And we'll talk about that in a later video. I was doing a lot of readings and things like that. And I had a video come out about me, by this little twit, and my kid saw it, and my kid brought it to my attention because my kid unfollowed this girl. My kid loved to follow this girl because she would take creators and she would tear them apart and she would call them fakes. And like her whole account was built on tearing other people down. And even though I blew it off to my kid and I was like, just don't listen to that little girl, whatever. She doesn't know dick. And she doesn't know how the world really works and so on and so forth. It hurt my feelings. Like it hurt my feelings. I got called a plastic shaman. I got called all kinds of shit. And to be honest, I had no idea what half of that shit meant. So I had to look it up. I'm like, what the fuck is even that? Like, what is even that? And so when I read what it was and what that derogatory term meant, like it really hurt my feelings. It really hurt my feelings. And I let it get to me for so long. So I took that off of everything. I took it off of everything. And I've had a lot of people ask me why over the last couple of years, like why I stopped doing those things, why I stopped traveling, why I stopped doing petitions, things like that. And I didn't really have a reason because I didn't want to explain to them that I got my feelings hurt by a little fucking shit that doesn't know how the world works or know their ass from their face. I'm angry about it now. But I realized over the last, I don't know, few months, really hardcore, that I shouldn't give a flying shit what that little kid thinks of me. Because I get messages on a daily basis from you guys about how I've helped you with something or whatever. And I realized that when I was doing a lot of traveling and I was doing a lot of petitions and I was doing a lot of things like that, I was helping more people because that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So, yeah. When somebody calls somebody a plastic shaman, it is a derogatory term calling that person a fake. Like somebody that is, you know, those mediums that are like, oh, does anybody here have somebody with an A name? A B, C, D, D. Oh, your grandpa's name was Daryl. It's absolutely Daryl. You know what? Those kind of fake people. And saying that they just picked it up because it was cool or because it was part of a new age movement. But without really knowing somebody and without knowing their background, you can't judge somebody. You can't judge their skills. You can't judge their abilities. You can't judge anything about them. Just because I don't look Native American doesn't mean dick. I literally was the redheaded stepchild. And even though I was raised in a really unique way, in a mix of Cherokee and Potawatomi and things like that, I also was raised super Irish in the super American folk magic. Aw, doggo runs the house. But it just, yeah. So for those of you guys who have been following me for a very long time, especially in 2022, early 2022, middle 2022, there's going to be a lot more of those things coming back up for you guys. I actually quit astral traveling for anybody else but myself for the last year. And I'm done with that too. There's a lot of crazy bullshit going on right now. There's a lot of things that you guys have been blocked from. There's a lot of things that you need answers for, like things like that. I got you. So, Miss Kathy Mazzell, you are next on my list of channeled reads. So if you guys get a channeled read from me, it doesn't read like, this little girl went up a hill, you know, like it doesn't read like that. Okay. My channeled reads are more like shamanic channeled reads, and they come in the form of different symbols, different colors, different things. And so I would, highly recommend writing them down and then researching what each thing means. Okay? Researching what each thing means. The color matters and the orientation matters. So if I say, like, I see a pyramid that's facing to the left, like the point is facing to the left, that matters. Okay? All right, Miss Kathy. So there's a green, like bright emerald green doghouse with a black roof, like out in the middle of a yard. There's nothing around it, bright sunlight, almost like fake grass. There's also, it's like a pink teddy bear, a little baby pink teddy bear. With white ears. There's 3 red roses. And a big wooden rocking chair. And the rocking chair is empty, but it's rocking. And it's not on anything, like I just literally just see the chair. There's a flagpole with no flag. And then there's a bowl of candy with golden wrappers, like Werther's or whatever. So there's a very interesting, like, grandpa, older dad presence that's all over this channeled read right now. Not a message, but just a presence that's all over it. Whoever it is that you've been kind of, I want to say praying to, for lack of a better term, speaking to, asking for help, they're listening, and they're doing everything they can to help with the situation. I also see that you feel like you're stuck in a box, and you don't know which way to turn. You can't see the door. You can see that the top is open, but you can't get up there to get out. And it feels like the walls just keep getting taller and taller and taller. There's a rope ladder coming. Let me just say that. There's a rope ladder coming. Don't stress. I know it's hard not to stress when you're in that situation, but don't stress, okay? I don't know who the grandfather, older father energy is, but they're the ones bringing the rope ladder, okay? I hope some of that makes sense later on, Miss Kathy. There's a lot of interesting shit. There's a lot of interesting shit. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. All right, Phoenix, you are next. Hit the bullseye. Okay, so you understood all of that good stuff? Good, I got it. Good, good, good. All right, Phoenix F. The first thing I saw was a big, thick, purple pillar candle. I saw one, and then, like, I saw one, and it was just a candle, and then suddenly it was lit on a table, and I'm looking down at 3 of them. So, like, 1, 2, 3, right there, like that. And I'm watching the flames burn. Thank you for that, Miss Kathy. Phoenix, I would say this. You have some ancestral things poking at you. And if you have not been researching where your family comes from, I would highly recommend doing so, because there is a part of you that is very, very active as far as your ancestral line goes. And with this part of you, there's an interesting spiritual path there. A very interesting spiritual path there. The other thing I'm going to say is this, with the purple candles, that is a way to communicate. If you don't have a good book on candle reading, flame reading, etc., there's one called Madame Pamita, Pamita. It's a Madame Pamita's Book of Candle Magic, I think. It's a purple book with gold lettering. It's fantastic. It has a really good section on flame reading. That's how your ancestors communicate with you, is through those kind of flames, through candles. And it's apparently important, because I keep seeing the candles over and over and over and over. It's apparently important. So I would start ASAP with the new moon coming up on Friday. That's a lot of new beginning energy. That's a lot of really interesting, energy this weekend. Woo! Really interesting energy this weekend. It's the protection card. You have something big coming up, don't you? You have something big coming up. The book is Madame Pamita's Book of Candle Magic. Whatever it is big that you have coming up, Phoenix, you need all the protection you can get, and they're trying to help. Okay? So I would start communicating ASAP and being open to that. Potentially a divorce. Okay. Yeah, I would get ready for that. This is like getting ready for spiritual warfare at its finest. I would start preparing now, and I would start talking to your ancestors now, and I would start trusting your gut 100% and trusting them 100%. Okay? Does that make sense, Miss Phoenix? And I also apparently would recommend getting 3 big, tall, purple pillar candles because they keep showing it to me. They keep showing it to me in a straight line. Light the middle one first. Okay, got ya. Got ya. Gotcha. Yeah, I would connect ASAP. Okay. Vlad, boy, you're about to get it. He got up in the chair and he just sat there. I saw his eyes down there. I'm like, I see you. She has gifts and really has put a spell on her. Okay. Yeah, I would do everything you can to protect yourself. That makes more sense. Even the fact that the card that flipped up was the protection card. I was going to shit cookies if that was a protection card again. Vlad. All right, Miss Julie F, are you ready? Yeah, my cat's name is Vlad the Impaler. Vladimir Kruger. He is polydactyl, and he has 6 toes on each foot, and his front paws literally have opposable thumbs. It's a little creepy, I'm not going to lie, and he's kind of being an ass this evening. He's being an ass bag. Hear him over there? All right, Julie, you ready? Whole bunch of red apples, like a whole, well, a small pile of red apples. I would say probably 10 or 15 bright red apples on a white background. Okay. Then red roses are added in a ring around the apples, like full open red roses, not buds. I don't know why I'm supposed to say that, but I'm specifically supposed to say that. And then there's an orange plate underneath them. Really bright, like yellow orange. And then there is purple satin, not purple silk, purple satin. There's also a ton of smoky quartz. So if you don't have a lot of smoky quartz around your space, I would get some, make your space, like basically grid your entire space with smoky quartz, like your house. You have somebody that is sending some of the nastiest shit your way. I was like, why am I seeing the things that I'm seeing? Apples represent ancestors. Apples also represent like Hecate, Medusa, etc., the underworld. Roses represent love, but red roses can also represent somebody trying to come in under the radar with some thorns. And orange is communication. It's also like a warning color. And then having that purple satin underneath there, like you have somebody sending some very nasty shit your way. So those things right there will help you to eradicate some of those things. They're using some of these things against you, like ancestors, gods, goddesses, etc. They're using good things in a bad way, if that makes sense. So, Miss Julie, I would highly recommend doing a return to sender. I would buy yourself some red roses for your house, and I would cut off some of the thorns and use them. I would also get a couple of apples. I would eat the apples and then use the seeds in the working. Orange plate, purple satin. Okay. Big return to sender, Julie. Big return to sender. Because, yeah, whatever that is, they can take it right back and shove it in their ass. All right. I would love that, Miss Sylvie. A very special mug about Vlad. All right. Miss Amy H. Here's the rest of my list for tonight. Amy H, Christy M, Susan W, Whitney A, Monica R, Amanda K, Heidi G, Sandra B, Dani T, and Dana C. All right, Miss Amy, you ready? Thank you guys for all the new followers. I appreciate it. It's a solid white cat. Trying to lead you down a path. Waiting for you to follow. You have signs and signs and signs galore that are popping up. And I don't think that you're ignoring them on purpose. I think that they are overwhelming and you're trying to make sense of it, and it's too much at once. So I would 100% ask your spirit guides, your ancestors, etc., like, hey, I need you to slow down. It's like when somebody's super excited and they're talking too fast and you can't catch but every other word. That's exactly what's going on. So it's not that you're disconnected. It's not that somebody's cut you off. It's not that, my leg be itchy. It's not that you're not getting the signs. You are. It's just overwhelming. It's something really, really important in a really, really good way. And they're overwhelming you with the signs. It's almost like they've nagged so much that you've just turned it off. Does that make sense, Amy? Watch for the white cat. And I don't even think this is a real cat. It's a statue. It's a statue of a cat almost like pointing. What are you doing? Sir Spicy Butt? Yeah. I don't want you up here. I have a feeling that this is like a white cat statue outside of a shop. It's by not an alley, but like a walkway, something like that. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? And I don't know if you've been obsessed with going to Greece or if you've been obsessed with Greek scenery, the White Houses, and so on. But whatever it is you've been looking at lately that has to do with some of the Mediterranean and the Greek Isles, that's where your answer is. I don't know if you've been looking at it online. I don't know if you bought a book. I don't know what's going on and what's the obsession with Greece, but that's where your answer is, and I would keep researching. Oh my God, yes. Okay, good. I'm glad that made sense. Because once again, I was like, well, I mean, isn't everybody kind of obsessed with Greece and the White Houses with the blue roofs? Like I am. All right. Yeah, see, you're not alone. Everybody else is too. That just looks super peaceful, super quiet, super clean, super peaceful. You know what I mean? All right, Christy. You are so welcome, Miss Amy. Sometimes I can't tell if it's my bracelets on the table or if his ass got back up on the table. I think he finally got the picture for just a minute, knock on wood. There's like a long, thin red triangle with a rounded bottom. My brain just fell out. Oh, this is all sacred geometry. Okay. It starts with a red, long red pyramid with a rounded bottom like a cone. And then that moves straight into like the flower of life. That moves straight into the tree of life. There are two different ones. And then it starts moving into fractals. So here's the thing, Miss Christy. You've been seeing the geometry. You've been seeing the fractals. You've been seeing all of the wording, the equations, etc. everywhere lately for a reason. I would highly, highly advise taking some classes, whether it's just online or learning about different sacred geometry aspects in videos, things like that. A lot of times when things like that are poking at you, it's has to do with the Archangel Metatron. So I would also look at Metatron's cube. That is one of my favorite sacred geometry aspects. Metatron is God's mouthpiece, so that also is a message and so on. Y'all don't have to throw away your roots. You don't have to throw away the beliefs that you grew up with as a kid just because they're not something that you fully are steeped in anymore. Just because there's some religious trauma, you were still raised that way for a reason, and you have that power for a reason. Do you see what I'm saying? So I would make sure, Miss Christy, that you really delve into the sacred geometry aspect, and I would make sure that you look at Metatron's cube and you look at things like that. Okay? I hope that made sense. It wouldn't surprise me at all if those things had been popping up and so on for you. All right, Susan W, are you ready? Check my sugar. So somebody told me that in the middle of this damn heat wave that we have going on here, we're supposed to have storms tomorrow night. I'm not about it. I am not about it because storms when it's this damn hot, no. Oh my God, we're going to have really nasty weather tonight. What the actual fuck hell? I wondered why I was feeling shitty. Hey, it's good for y'all though. Makes me channel easier. Makes me channel easier. Glad my car's in the garage. It's fucking stupid. Fucking stupid. The heat wave is stupid, and storms in a heat wave are stupid. Yes, it'll cool down, but that also means, like y'all saw the red. That just popped up probably, well, since I've been on here, so within the last 2 hours. That's fucking stupid. All right, Miss Susan, save me from myself. Ooh, purple, blue, green, yellow, red. Purple, blue, green, yellow, red. Gold. These are like colors in a color wheel. Every single one of these colors represents someone in your family. Green, purple, blue, yellow, red. Purple, green, blue, yellow, red. Purple, blue, green, yellow, red. Okay. Every single one of these, there's no orange. Why is there no orange? You're missing somebody. You're missing somebody. So here's what I'm going to say. Because the orange from this family circle left, you can make orange. You can make orange. It won't ever be the same exact color, but you can make orange. Don't hold the whole family back. Don't hold the whole unit back. You have to keep moving forward. I know that the orange is important, but you can make the orange, okay? I hope that makes sense, Miss Susan. Each one of those colors represents somebody there in your family. Okay? I'm just saying. The gold is a ring around all of you. I would do something protective wise with that, and I would put all of your family in a gold circle. Okay? I would put them all. I would get a gold circle somewhere, somehow, even if you draw one with a gold Sharpie, And I would put all your family inside it. You can never have too many protections. Just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. Oh, shoot. I don't know what I just did. All right. Sorry. My sorry. All right. Life's Lemons, is that you? Are you Miss Susan? Vlad, come here. You and me are about to tussle. You and me are about to tussle, homie. You have been feeling the need for protection? Okay. Get some protection for your protections. Exactly. Buddy, what is up with you? Come here, Panther Kitty. Come on. Come on. Hey, if you're going to bite, I'm going to toss you right the fuck back down. Look at this shit. He just needed to, who else's cat holds their arm like this? Do y'all have cats that hold your arms like that? This one does. He's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, he's fucking ridiculous. I don't know why this reminded me of this, because somebody said you talk to your black cat like I talk to mine. I saw Mama Tot had a video out where she was talking about one of her friends was wanting to name their dog Mike, and she was like, don't name that dog Mike. I would totally name a cat Mike, because think about it, like Mike is a great name to yell at a cat. Stop it, Mike. There's a reason that I name my computers human names. Like, this is Bob. My new laptop is Randy. Just saying. All right, Miss Whitney, you ready? Your friend has a cat named Michael. He's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. Yeah. The tail is going over here. Are we going to do the purring? You are a melted pat of kitty butter right now. You are. Look at you all melted right here. You doing the purring? All right, we're going to read for Miss Whitney. Or we're going to read for Whitney. I had my Moki marbles out here for a reason. I have a huge pair of Moki marbles. My female is broken, but aren't we all? Aren't we all? Your Wi-Fi is Louise. Oh my God, I love it. So Whitney, the very first thing I saw with you is this really tall glass, like a drinking glass. And it is completely empty and bone dry. You don't keep holding on to that empty fucking glass. Seriously, channel your inner cat, knock that bitch off into the floor, let it break, and then get another glass. You don't always have to keep an empty glass around just because someone drained all the shit out of it. If they took all of the shit and left you with the empty glass, break the fucking glass. Break the fucking glass. Don't keep it anymore. And then when they come back for their glass, tell them that you fucking broke it and it's in pieces on the floor. Everything around you is like stark white. So when I see that color like that, a crazy stark white color, that is an intense need for purification. Mega purification. Bust that fucking glass and then go through and purify everything in your space. Okay? Everything in your space. I'm going to give you guys a quick little recipe, okay? And you can take this and you can use it however you want. Get yourself some cheap rock gut vodka. You're not going to drink it. Get yourself some cheap rock gut vodka, half moon water, half vodka, okay? And then you can add in whatever oil you want to. Vodka and moon water together will purify any fucking space. Vodka is also antiviral, antiseptic, and antibacterial. So yeah, just saying, make your own spray, and cleanse your space. Okay, Whitney? He is such a mess. I love the fuck out of him. Even though he's a cheater. He's a cheater. He's a cheater. I just want you to know. He's a cheater. While he's asleep, I'm going to tell all his secrets. The whole time that Leanne was here, he slept with Leanne. He only came in there one time. He has slept on me since he got here. He came in there one time because it was thundering. Yeah. It was a fucking mess. All right. Miss Monica, you ready? So, Miss Monica, the very first thing I saw when I pulled in the energy to channel a message for you, go to the lake. Go to the lake. Go relax. Go sit in the fucking water. Go to the lake. Because that's the very first thing I saw. Was this gorgeous lake with trees around it. Doesn't matter if there are people there. Doesn't matter if there are no people there. Go enjoy the water. Maybe not on the 4th. Maybe not this weekend. It might be a lot. But go to the lake. Sometimes we need to just sit in the water and not in a pool. We need to just sit in the water so it can rush over us and then go away. Does that make sense? The ocean is better, but I don't know what the fuck he's doing, weirdo. The ocean is better just because it's going to wash back out, but lakes are just as good. Rushing River is just as good as well. So whatever's closer to you, I would recommend it. You don't even have to fully submerge yourself. Just go stand in it. Okay? Just go stand in it. You need water, and you need natural water. You don't need water coming out of the faucet. You need natural water. In fact, I would really, really take a look at doing a system cleanse. I would take a look at cutting out some of the red meats that you've been eating lately. I would recommend kind of doing a body detox, spiritual, physical, all of the things, emotional. You need to find a way to release all of those tears and all of that anger that's been pent up inside there for so long, because they're like a red hot coal in the middle. Does that make sense? They're like a red hot coal deep in the middle of there. And if you don't get rid of it, it's going to continue to burn down through the middle of you. Does that make sense, Miss Monica? Complete sense? Okay, good. I like how when he's falling asleep, he jerks everywhere. Say hi to all the Vlad paw. Look at that. Oh, the Vlad kitty toe beans. I know, I'm sorry. I fucked with your toe beans. Just saying. He's a mess. He's a mess. I know y'all wanted to see the beans. He's laying really weird. I don't think I could pick up a back foot. Yeah, he's not going to let me pick up a back foot. I'm going to get the bites. Yeah, he's not going to let me. He's not going to let me. He was like, no, bitch, no. Yeah. Toe beans. Am I the only person that wants to just squeeze their animals till they pop. Like, I've always been that way. I've always been that way. When I hug Zeus, I hug this. I think this is why I loved big dogs, because you can squeeze the shit out of a big dog. You can't squeeze the shit out of a little dog. But like, I just want to. I'm just like, I just want to squeeze you till you pop. Like, I don't understand that feeling, but I do. I'm just like, fuck, I want to squeeze you till you pop. Amanda, save me from myself. Yeah, it's so cute. I just want to fucking squeeze you. I do that with people too. Okay, I'm glad. It's called cuteness aggression. Of course it's called cuteness aggression. All right, Miss Amanda. So, Amanda, whatever it is that's been going on with your dreams lately, part of me wants to tell you to put up your protections, but the other part tells me no, because the things that have been going on with your dreams, you need to 100% be writing all of that down. You need to be getting up in the morning. You need to be turning on your voice recorder, saying every single thing in those dreams, saying every single thing that you remember, even if it's just you woke up pissed and you saw something yellow, whatever it is. You have to start remembering more and more and more. You are 100% traveling in your sleep, and not only are you traveling in your sleep, but you're doing and seeing some very important things. You're getting answers to questions. You're doing things. I know that some of the dreams you've been having and some of the things that you've been seeing have been scary. Some of the things that you've been seeing have been completely fucked up, but they are answers to things. Don't let them go away. Okay? Don't let them go away, Amanda. Also, I'm going to say this. Not every black shadowy figure that you've seen lately is bad. Not every black shadowy figure that you've seen lately has, bad intentions. Not every black shadowy figure that's been coming around in your vicinity is trying to do something like that. They actually are checking on you. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. Good. I'm glad. Is that you, Red Dragon? Are you Amanda? Yeah. Yeah, he's getting humongous. He's getting humongous. I swear. Every time I go down to the shop and I come back up here at the end of the day, you're Amanda. Okay, good. So you understand what I mean. Yeah, not every one of those that you're seeing is bad. In fact, most of the ones you've been seeing lately, they're just checking on you. Like, making sure you're good. Does that make sense? Which tells me that you've been doing some stuff and some shit and some things in your sleep. Good things, but they're checking on you. Okay? I love this little shit. I don't know if y'all can see through the comments right there, but he's like sleeping on his little paws like this. You are so welcome, love. So I saw a cat the other day, a black cat with white whiskers, and I thought I was gonna lose my shit. He was so fucking cute. He was so fucking cute. All right, ready, Heidi? Woo! No wonder I'm getting tired. That storm is getting bigger. So funny. The first thing that I want to say to you, as I took the deep breath and channeled that in, is Heidi, go to sleep. Go to sleep. You haven't been sleeping much lately. And I kind of feel like you've been keeping yourself up on purpose with some things, but you need the sleep. The thing that you've been worrying about, that you've been stressing about, that's been keeping you up, it isn't your weight to bear. It isn't your weight to bear. And the next thing I see is a big gray elephant. And then a rhino, and then an ostrich. Since it's mostly animals I'm seeing, I have a feeling that you're super connected to animals and spirit animals and so on. There's also a big bull, just like a cow, a bull with massive horns, a big black bull with massive horns. These are all big, powerful animals. Then there's a white lion. Then just a big swatch of purple. And then a penguin. It's a lot of animals. A lot of animals. It's interesting to see all those power animals, and then just purple, and then a penguin. Not that penguins aren't cool, but penguins are not what I would call a power animal. Just saying. Just saying. All right. Ready, Sandra? Thought I was going to yawn again, but it didn't come out, so that's great. So the very, very first thing that I see, Sandra, is it's almost like a bird's eye view of flying over a forest, like seeing all this beautiful green stuff down there below me. Look at everything that you have made, that you have created so far in your life. Look at all of the amazing things that you've done. When you look down at a forest from up above, like from a bird's eye view or a drone or a plane or whatever, it looks perfect. It looks perfect. But if you get down and get closer, you see the broken trees that have fallen and died on the forest floor. You see animal poop. You see how the trees are not symmetrical. You see all of the imperfections in the forest. So when you're down and looking at everything, when you're in the middle of everything, let me say it that way, not down. When you're in the middle of everything and you're looking at stuff and you're thinking, why isn't this like this? And why isn't this like this? And this could be better, and this could be better, and this could be better. You're not looking at the big picture. When you're down in the middle of the trees and you're looking at everything, that's when you see all of the things in the forest that are broken, that should be fixed or should look better, or somebody shouldn't have done that or should have done this. But when you're up above it, what the bird sees, what the drone sees, what the airplane sees, everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. So take a step back and look at everything that you have done and everything you've built and everything that you've accomplished in your life. And look at it from up above. Okay? Look at it from up above. That makes sense, Miss Sandra? You're welcome. You're welcome. I don't want to wake him up, but my arm is asleep and it kind of hurts. Like, I'm not going to lie, it really kind of hurts. Yeah, my whole elbow is asleep. Every bit of it. All right. Dani T, You ready? Yeah, he's a mess. My whole arm is asleep. Yeah, I don't want to disturb him, but at the same time, I do. I don't know if you're a big fan of like Marvel movies or DC or whatever, but it's so funny that the first thing that I kind of heard, read, saw, etc. when I started like channeling the energy for you is with great power comes great responsibilities. So whatever new power that you have stepped into, let it shine, let it go. It's come into your path. It's popped up for a reason. It's popped up for a reason. Don't waste it. Don't squander it. Everybody's been, okay, not everybody. A lot of people have been gaining abilities at an increasing rate lately. For reasons, and you may never ever know the reasons. You may be considered batshit crazy and never get to fully understand your gifts or use them or whatever. But it may be that somebody that really needs to unlock their gifts to change the whole world sees you embracing your gifts and does the same. So all of the things that have been going on, all of the new things that have been popping up, all of the crazy gifts and abilities that have been coming out and making you feel batshit crazy, Dani. Embrace those 100%. 100%. Learn everything you can about them. Hone them, use them. There's a really good book. I haven't mentioned it in a while, but there's a really good book called The Psychic Witch by Matt Aaron. I highly recommend getting it on Audible. Get you a regular copy too, but getting it on Audible. There is a fantastic guided meditation in there that, especially on Audible, you can listen to that will help you use all of your clairs at once. I would 100% recommend doing that. Boost your clairs, boost your abilities, boost your gifts, and use them. Use them, okay? I know that you feel isolated, and I know you feel like nobody understands what's going on, especially with these gifts popping up and exploding outwards. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to understand it. If everybody that gained gifts understood their gifts from the get-go, then they wouldn't have the journey that they are supposed to be on, and they wouldn't learn everything they were supposed to learn on the way. If I had fully understood my gifts when they started and I had embraced them then, I can't tell you where I'd be right now. Maybe I'd be in a better spot. Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I'd be in a nut house. I don't know. But you couldn't have told me that this is where I would be. Do you see what I'm saying? I wouldn't have believed you. I wouldn't have believed you. So hone those gifts, use those gifts. They've been popping up for a reason. And Dani, the other thing I'm going to say is this. Don't take no for an answer. When it comes to using your gifts and honing them, don't take no for an answer. Okay? I hope that made sense. Oh, good. I'm glad, Katie. I'm glad you got your candle in. Yeah, all those custom candles have gone out. I don't know what it is. If some orders are sitting at the post office, I don't know what the fuck what's going on, but it's fucking stupid. Well, I shouldn't say miss, but Dana C, you ready? You are my last one of the night, and then y'all are going to go to bed. I'm going to go to bed. I'm watching this storm head this way. The cat man apparently, I guarantee you, is not going to go to bed. I will go in there and get ready for bed, take a shower and crash, and then he'll be wide awake. He'll be doing the zoomies. That's exactly what's going to happen. Y'all know. Y'all know. All right, Dana, here we go. So there's lemons, and then there's cherries. Oh, okay. There you go. There's lemons, and then there's cherries. When you look at it one way, they look like they're touching, but when you turn it around from the side, they're miles and miles apart. Things aren't always as they appear, Dana. Not only are they not always as they appear, but there's a lot of things around you right now that appear to be one way. They appear to be going in a really weird, almost bad way, but they're not. Just enjoy the ride. Just sit on the train and stare out the window. Just enjoy the ride. Even though it's a little bumpy right now, even though it feels like you might have a derailment at any moment, I can promise you you're not going to. You're just passing through a tunnel. Okay? You're just passing through a tunnel. There's the yawn. I would recommend, Miss Dana, I would recommend making an offering. You'll know exactly where to make the offering. I don't think it needs to be in your house. I don't think it needs to be in your space. I don't think that it needs to be, it needs to be anywhere. I don't think it needs to be anywhere close. But make an offering. Give some money. Do something nice. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, do something that is being grateful and putting that back out into the universe, because a lot of the things that are going on right now are things being moved and removed from your path. So other things, it's almost like, not Tetris, it's almost like moving doors, I guess, in a way. So everything can line up so you can just skate on through. Not everything is what it seems, Dana. At all. Not only that, but I think you're going to look back in about 3 months and you're going to go, oh my God. It's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. Does that make sense, Dana? The other thing I'm going to say is this. Tiger's Eye is your friend right now, Dana. Tiger's Eye is your friend right now. So, yeah. Where is the best place to look up the objects that I mentioned? Here's what I would recommend. Google. But put it in a certain way. Put it in as spiritual meaning of elephant. Spiritual meaning of panda. Spiritual meaning of apple. Do you see what I'm saying? If you put apple spiritual meaning, you're going to come up with different results than if you put spiritual meaning of. Okay? So that's what I would recommend. I would also recommend taking a piece of paper, writing each one of them out. You know, so like apple, panda, whatever, and then apple, and then writing down the basis of it, and then writing. Do you see what I'm saying? But yeah, do spiritual meaning of blah, blah, blah. And it will end up reading like a story when you get done. So it's like a reading with homework. Thank you for that. Woo! You did not see that. So I'll give you the names of those books one more time. Madame Pamita's Book of Candle Magic. It is purple with gold on the title, or on the cover. The Psychic Witch by Matt Aaron is the other one. So with that, I am going to get off of here. I'm going to go take a shower, before the storm gets here, and I'm going to go crash in my little bed. And y'all go enjoy your evening as well. Okay? I love you, my friend. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Color Magic class, first thing in the morning, 10 a.m. I will see you then.